Hello guys, welcome to Code Studio. This is our third session in end-to-end machine learning project playlist 2, where we will discuss about how to set up a Flask project using a PyCharm IDE tool. Also, we will see how to develop a UI page and call model from a pickle file to predict the results. In previous session, we performed a feature engineering, model building, and saved the model in a pickle file. You can check the previous session by clicking on the I button. Okay. So now let us jump into the PyCharm IDE tool and see how to set up a Flask project and UI page. So this is my the PyCharm IDE tool. Now to create a Flask project, go to the file and click on the new project. Okay, give the project name and configure the virtual environment. Virtual environment we have created to keep separate all the Python libraries, okay, versions required for our application. Okay, now you can click on create button to create the Flask project. Okay, so let me close this because I have already created the Flask project with the virtual environment configuration. Okay. Now we have to install all the required Python libraries within our the configured virtual environment. For that, what we have to do, we have to create a file called requirement.txt. Okay, and in that we need to maintain all the required libraries with their versions. Okay, so that automatically the Flask project will get detect that file and install all the required libraries. Okay, so to create a requirement.txt file, just select this, create. Okay, new file. Okay, following are the required libraries for our application. Okay, like this one for Flask library, right? This one for matplotlib, this one for numpy, this is for pandas, scikit-learn. Okay, all these are the supporting libraries required for the Flask project and security purpose. Okay, once we create a requirement.txt file, now we can create a Flask application. Okay, that is our main Flask file. To create a main Flask application, go to select this project folder, create new Python file. Okay, we'll give the name as main. Okay, to create a Flask application, so first we need to import the libraries, the required libraries for a Flask, then initialize the Flask application. Okay, using the syntax. Okay, basically this will be our Flask application object. Now define the route. Okay, so basically we define the route like this. Okay, basically this route, okay, will tell the which application, okay, which application URL is associated with the function. And now to run this application, finally use the run method. Okay, so here is the syntax for that. Okay, so either you can use this piece of code to with the debug mode to run the application, or else in real time basically we follow this approach. Okay, to run the Flask application. To run this application, just right click on run main. Okay, now go to the browser. Okay, and hit this URL. Now you can see, right, the Flask output. It means our Flask application is working fine. Now let me do the required changes as per our application. Okay, let me add the header comment. Okay, this is the best practice to have the comments in a code file, so that in future any other developer can also read the comments and understand what is the use of this application. Okay, instead of hello world, now I'll call my index page. Okay, my custom index page. So for that, what I'll do, I'll remove this and I'll replace with my code. Okay, so I had given the the method level comments also. Now to call our custom page, here is a syntax. Return render template. Inside this will be your or the custom page, HTML page, that is index.html page. So now I'll create an index.html page. Okay, to create index.html, first of all I have to create a folder inside this, that is called template folder. Inside the template folder I have to create an index.html file. Okay, I have created a template folder. Inside this template I have created index.html file. Okay, so let me open this. I have placed the code as well. To make it responsive, I am using the Bootstrap framework. Okay, in this HTML. Okay, this is the style sheet for that. Okay, these are the head information about the HTML page. This is the body where I have placed all these elements. Okay, the R&D, administration expenses, marketing expenses, state with LOV, select list. Okay, and also I place the button. Okay, inside all these are inside the form element. Okay, when you click on the predict button, okay, this action will get fire. Okay, this action will get fired. Okay, the predict, it is nothing but another route we need to create in our Flask application. Okay, with the slash predict, which will be used to call the load the model file, that is a pickle file. Okay, and predict the results. Okay, and print it on this variable. Also I have placed the image. Okay, for that also I need to create a one folder called static. Okay, static image, and then I'll have to place my image there. Okay, so let me create a folder called static. Okay, so I have created a static folder inside this Flask project. Okay, inside this I have created three folders. Okay, CSS to store all the CSS style sheet files, or image to store the image file, and JS for JavaScript. Okay, as I have created this index.html, let us rerun our Flask application to see whether this custom page will get triggered or not. Yeah, before running this, let me comment this code. Okay, because as of now we haven't created that predict route, right? Let me save this. Now run. See the changes of our index.html page. It is started now, so let me load. Yeah, now we can see, right, the index.html page. Okay, now let me enter some dummy values and click on predict button, and let's see what will happen. Okay, so now it is trying to redirect to the hash. Okay, but there is no page or no service available with hash, right? Now what we'll do, we will change this hash to the URL. Okay, this is the syntax to be placed. Okay, whenever you click on the predict button, okay, predict button, basically it will try to call the form action, that is this one. Okay, and this is syntax in Flash for the action URL, that is nothing but our predict. So slash predict will get invoked. So we have to create a route for this, right? So let us go to the main method. Okay, and let us create a new route. So here is the code for that. Okay, so I created a route. Okay, and the associated method will be predict. Okay, okay, so whenever you click on this submit button, it will call this route. Okay, the predict route. So this associated method will get triggered. Okay, and because it is a post method, so basically we will try to get the form variables, that is these are the the variables. Okay, so once we receive all these, okay, now what we are trying to do, we are trying to call the index.html page again. Okay, and setting some attributes, show hidden to true, and the prediction text is equals to starter profit must be in dollars, and format for output. Okay, as of now I just hard coded with the success. Okay, but later what I'll do, I'll try to add a prediction method to get the predicted output. Okay, now let me save this and rerun the application. Let me enter the values. Okay, now you can see the output. Okay, success. Now what we'll do, we will try to write one custom method to get the prediction. Okay, okay, so here is the code for prediction. So basically we have created a custom method called get predict profit. Okay, with all these arguments. In this method, first of all we are trying to load the model from pickle file. Okay, so from this command, so basically the model saved in pickle file will be loaded. Okay, similarly in second line, okay, we are trying to load the column.json file. Okay, from models folder, right? So as of now in our Flask application we don't have model folder, so let us create a model folder, and let us upload these two files, okay, which we have created in a previous session. Okay, that is our model building section. So I have created a model folder, and inside this models folder I have placed these two files. It seems like these two libraries has to be imported, so let me import those two libraries. Okay, and one more library called numpy. From this code we are trying to get the index for a state column. Okay, so let me open the columns.json. Okay, so basically we have two columns for a state, right? The first one, that is 0 1 2 3 and 4. So 3 indexed, and the third indexed and fourth indexed, these two are the columns for a state. Based on your value, okay, from your input value it will pick the index for that particular the column. Okay, if there is no, then it will return the -1. Okay, then after, what we are trying to do, I'm trying to create a ND array with 0 values. Okay, for those many columns, I mean for 5 columns. Okay, 0 1 2 3 4, that is 5 columns, right? Yes. Now I'm assigning these values. Okay, input values, nothing but my parameter values. to this index element of 0 ND array. For a 0 R&D expenses, for one element administration, for second element this one, and for a fourth and fifth it based on the state index, it will get populated, and then another column will get populated with the 0. Okay, as it is a 0 base ND array. Once we populate this array with all the required values, okay, then we can pass this array input to the model.predict method, okay, using like this. Okay, also I'm rounding up with the 2 decimal, okay, and that the other resulted output will be written from this method. Okay, now let me call this method from my prediction, that is here. Let me replace this. Okay, so once you enter the UI page with all these required fields, okay, these will get stored into these variables. Okay, this will be passed as a parameter to this method. Okay, and from this method it will predict the value for given inputs and return the output value, and the output value will be passed as a attribute to the index.html. Okay, that is a prediction.text, nothing but this attribute. Okay, so let me save this, run. Let me reload this. Okay, now enter the values and check the prediction. You can see. Okay, so like this you can build you can develop a UI and predict the results. That's all for this session, guys. I hope you understand how to configure the Flask project and develop a UI. If you like this video, please click on like, share and subscribe this channel. Thank you so much.